Located on the most scenic cobblestone block in the Colonial Zone, Bush Perico specializes in new Dominican cuisine. Its large, green room-like leafy courtyard is one of the most beautiful in Santo Domingo, and you'll feel cool under the giant, rotating yet silent high-ceiling fans. Sample the coconut ceviche, Dominican sancocho, or mashed yucca with lobster. There is usually a live jazz performance on the terrace in the evening. The Punta Cana area of the Dominican Republic is known for beautiful beaches that stretch for miles. Note that seas may be too rough for swimming in this area, though, which is something to keep in mind if you have small children. Located on the most scenic cobblestone block in the Colonial Zone, Bush Perico specializes in new Dominican cuisine. Its large, green room-like leafy courtyard is one of the most beautiful in Santo Domingo, and you'll feel cool under the giant, rotating yet silent high-ceiling fans. Sample the coconut ceviche, Dominican sancocho, or mashed yucca with lobster. There is usually a live jazz performance on the terrace in the evening. Located in Guisque, near the Malecon and the Colonial Zone, Villar Hermanos is a bustling, locally owned Dominican cafeteria restaurant and a staple in Santo Domingo. There are daily fresh lunch options, from rice and beans to chicken or beef stews, fish, yucca, mango, chicharrón, and other Dominican specialties. Enjoy your meal on site in the spacious, air-conditioned dining area. At the back of the lunch counter, you'll find a bakery section with sandwiches and empanadas, cakes, and fresh bread. Gourmet coffee and a full cocktail menu are also available. Conveniently located on Santo Domingo's historic Malecon, facing numerous brand hotels, Adrian Tropical is as popular for its Criollo Dominican soul food as it is for its outdoor clifftop terrace with views of the Caribbean Sea. Order one of its frozen Tropicalata fruit smoothies, made daily from fresh fruits. Sample a range of Dominican favorites, including chicharrón, rice, and beans, fried chicken, seafood and a Creole sauce, or a variety of grilled steaks. While service can be a bit slow, it's an excellent spot for the family. There's ample seating indoors as well, and the staff will play merengue for special celebrations. This food truck patio in the Colonial City is a fun option for a night out with your group of friends or as a fun couple nights out. A series of food trucks are permanently stationed in the yard of this outdoor restaurant, serving grilled burgers, Mexican fare, or seafood. There's always a happy hour deal taking place throughout the week, and the atmosphere livens up with an in-house DJ or karaoke nights. It's a great spot to enjoy food trucks in a safe atmosphere. Locked in downtown Santo Domingo, in the upscale Piantini sector, owned and operated by a power chef couple, Ni Pao is one of the most high-quality, consistent, and value-packed restaurants in the capital. In a cozy set of small dining areas, the menu will satisfy the pickiest eater: shrimp risotto, wood-fired pizza, lemongrass salmon with lentils, spinach dips, creamy mushroom penne, and ribeye steaks. The cocktails are also popular, including mojitos, gins, and an extensive wine list. If you love eating to the sound of merengue, bachata, and other Latin sounds, head directly to Halao. This Dominican-themed restaurant, located on Calle El Conde in the center of the Colonial Zone, serves local dishes with a modern twist and boasts an extensive cocktail menu. Head there for lunch or dinner before or after you've explored the area's museums, parks, and plazas. Live bands perform here nearly daily, playing late into the night on the weekends as diners are invited to join the fun on the dance floor. Specializing in Lebanese and Mediterranean-influenced dishes, made using the family's grandmother recipes, shawarmas, falafel pita sandwiches or salads, flatbreads, mushroom hummus, and delicious chicken skewers, falafel has lasted in the Colonial Zone since 1999. The restaurant's highlight, aside from its consistent menu, is its multi-level Spanish courtyard setting. The most romantic restaurant in Santo Domingo for its unique setting, El Maison de la Cava, takes you underground to dine in an ancient Taino cave-turned restaurant. Beautifully set with white tablecloth-covered tables and soft lighting, the international menu is equally satisfying, from fresh salmon to the filet mignon steaks. It's a perfect pick for special occasions or a romantic night out. One of the most value-packed restaurants overlooks Plaza Espana, along a row of bars and restaurants that were once taverns in the colonial days. The best reason to dine at Pura Tasca is its list of more than a dozen sangrias in multiple local fruit flavors. Try the passion fruit or the classic red sangria and pair them with tasty tapas, patatas bravas, portobello sliders, smoked tuna, and sausage croquettes, as well as cheese platters. Casa de Campo Resort and Villas. The Casa de Campo Resort's Teeth of the Dog, Die 4, and the Lynx courses have become legendary among golfers. Designed by Pete Dye, the Teeth of the Dog, named for the jagged coral formations along the coastline, has been described as labyrinthine, perhaps a warning to casual players, but the Lynx may be the more challenging of the two. Many a ball has found the Caribbean on the Dog's 5th through 7th holes, on a course that ranks 35th on Golf Magazine's top 100 in the world. Die 4 is the diabolical designer's latest Campo creation. In 2015, Casa de Campo was voted Golf Resort of the Year by IAGTO, International Association of Golf Tour Operators. The Dominican Republic's Baseball League hosts an annual tournament every year. Running from October through January and held countrywide at the DR's professional stadiums, 6 teams compete for the domestic title. This gives the winning team a chance to participate in the Caribbean World Series. Santo Domingo's favorite home team is Tigres del Licey, also one of the first founded. You'll feel Dominicans' passion for their game when you attend one of the games. Tickets and schedules can be found on the Dominican Baseball League's website. Fried pork rinds are so popular that they're considered a delicacy, sold street-side and in restaurants by the pound. Some of the best chicharrón can be found in Santo Domingo and Puerto Plata's restaurants. If you're not a pork eater, sample the Dominican fried chicken or pica pollo, seasoned with oregano, garlic, and lime, and deep-fried. Not everyone can stomach these fatty, greasy fried meats, so choose your street-side vendor carefully and opt for a restaurant version when possible. Venture inland for adrenaline-pumping adventure at the Dominican Republic's most spectacular waterfalls, the 27 Charcos de Damajagua, in Puerto Plata. Its cascades and natural pools tumble down a series of canyons. You'll hike, slide your way down, jump, and wade through beautiful azure and turquoise waters gushing over and around you. Constanza is a complete departure from what you expect to find in the Caribbean, and that's precisely why you'd visit. Tucked at 4,000 feet above sea level, it's the highest altitude inhabited town in the region. It's also the heart of the DR's agriculture. Drive along fields of chayote, potatoes, and even strawberries. Stop at a local colmado or corner shop and order a strawberry milkshake or batida. Go hiking or biking in the hills to take in the fresh mountain air. One of the most spectacular national parks and birding locations in the country lies here at Valle Nuevo National Park. Hike its trails, lined with giant pine trees and ferns, and warm up from the cold temperatures by a chimney when you overnight in a mountain cabin. The ultimate hiking and caving adventure takes you to the province of Hato Mayor, into the edges of Parque Nacional Los Haitises. From there, you'll hike your way for approximately 15 minutes through private property to reach the entrance of one of the longest caves in the Dominican Republic. You'll rappel your way into the entrance as there's no other way to get inside, and proceed to spelunk through the dry cave with flashlights and the occasional water drips from stalagmites. There will be one section where you have to dip your head underwater to cross and continue the hike. It's a fun, adrenaline-pumping hiking adventure. The 10 a.m. Upon arriving in the city, make your way to the JW Marriott Hotel Santo Domingo to check in at the 5th floor reception, or at least drop off your luggage until a room is ready. Once you've handed off your bags, keep a day pack with you, packed with a swimsuit, sunscreen, and sneakers for the next few hours. Spend a few minutes relaxing before departing for the day. Have a seat in the lobby and admire the artwork on the walls, or step outside for panoramic views of Santo Domingo from the glass-bottomed terrace. If you look to your right, you'll spot the hotel's infinity pool overlooking the city's skyline. The 10:30 a.m. grab your day pack, and head to Boca Chica, a white sand beach that's about an hour away. Unless you rented a car, the easiest way to get there is by hailing an Uber. Once there, you can spend your time relaxing or walking along the beach, shopping or sampling food from local vendors, or going for a swim through the multi-hued blue waters. Or before your trip, book a table at one of the seaside restaurants or beach clubs, like Neptuno's, and enjoy the view and breeze with table service lunch and drinks, and take a dip in the water from one of the ladders hanging over the docks. Santo Domingo's Colonial City or Zona Colonial is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, as the first permanent European settlement in the Americas or the first city built by the Spaniards in the Americas. There's a lot to see, from the first ever built cathedral, fortress, and other historic buildings turned museums to plazas and parks where locals and tourists mingle. It's a pedestrian-friendly area, and you can also bike your way around. Take a self-guided tour around the Zona Colonial streets. Stroll the pedestrian Calle El Conde shopping street, making stops at sidewalk cafes and arts and crafts shops. Enjoy a cafecito or a batida fresh fruit shake at Cafeteria Colonial before continuing your walk. Relax at Parque Colón, where everyone relaxes on shaded benches, then tour the oldest cathedral in the Americas. Continue to Calle Las Damas, where many historic buildings and museums are located. Visit the Pantheon Nacional, the Ozama Fortress, the Alcázar de Colón, and the Museo de las Casas Reales. Lunch on Plaza Espana at the First Tavern of the Americas, Pate Palo. At sunset, take a walk along the seafront Malecon. Stop in at one of the hotel or casino bars to cool off and sip on happy hour cocktails with live merengue music. For dinner, head to Mizan Bari, known for its Dominican cuisine menu and gorgeous colonial dining rooms. It was a favorite of the late Anthony Bourdain. Walk off dinner with a stroll down to Parque Duarte and feel the energy of the LGBT community. Spend the day exploring the city's outskirts. Parque Nacional Tres Ojos is an Instagrammable spot, but it's also worth visiting to see a network of ancient, giant Taino caverns, surrounded by 3 jade lagoons. Just 15 minutes east of the capital, the city dwellers' favorite white sand Caribbean beaches begin with Boca Chica, where a turquoise natural pool and numerous beachside restaurants are ideal for families. Just a half hour farther east lies Juan de Leo Beach, also lined with restaurants and with more wave action than Boca Chica. Wherever you end up, lunch on a plate of fried fish with tostones, washed down with a cold presidente. At night, go bar hopping and merengue dancing in the colonial city at Halao or pick a local corner colmado or bodega. If you're visiting on a Sunday, catch the outdoor concert on the San Francisco Monastery ruins. The 10 a.m. The first item on today's itinerary is a visit to the Dr. Rafael Moscoso National Botanical Garden. At more than 400 acres in size, this is the largest botanical garden in the Caribbean. You can explore at your own pace by walking through the many gardens and attractions. Don't miss the exhibit showcasing 300 types of orchids or the traditional Japanese garden, or if you'd prefer to stay off your feet to save your energy for the day ahead, you can take advantage of the trolley that will shuttle you around the grounds. Just 2 hours north of Santo Domingo, the mountainous heart of the Dominican Republic is a breathtaking world of rolling green valleys, rivers, and waterfalls. Horseback riding is popular here as well. Sign up for a ride to Salto Biguet or go hiking to Salto Gimeno. I lunch on local cuisine at La Tinaja, then spend the afternoon cooling off in the river pools at La Confluencia Park. At night, head to Aroma de la Montana restaurant for fine dining with a panoramic view of Jarabaco's mountains. You can either drive a rental car or catch the Caribe Tours large coach bus service from Santo Domingo. Another couple of hours north of Jarabaco will land you in the Puerto Plata province, on the country's Atlantic coast. This vast area covers some of the country's best beaches, from surfing hubs to isolated coves, as well as plenty of inland adventure that includes canyoning, hiking, waterfalls, and river kayaking. Cultural excursions are also easy to find. Start your day by staying in the hills of Tubagua at an eco lodge, or on the beach at Playa Dorada. Spend the day surrounded by nature with a trip to 27 Damajagua Falls. Escaping the city heat, especially on Sunday, is a quintessential Santo Domingo activity. You'll find local vibes at Boca Chica, a beautiful white sand beach with calm and shallow Caribbean waters ideal for kids. Boca Chica is known for its street-side vendors serving fried fish meals, but there are also plenty of restaurants and bars lining the beach. Another half hour east is Juan de Leo, equally stunning with its white sand beach, but with more breeze and waves. This is one of the most adventurous outings you'll experience in the Dominican Republic, a hike to dunes in Beni, an hour southwest of Santo Domingo. Located within a national park, this vast terrain boasts dunes and a desert landscape you won't see anywhere else in the country. The hike takes you under a hot sun for about 20 minutes as you make your way up to the largest dune. Bring a hat, sunglasses, and closed-toe shoes. Once you reach the top of a dune, a spectacular view of the sea appears, as well as a wild beach, though the waves are too rough to swim in, unless you're a surfer. There's a lookout tower on site as well, near the park entrance, for panoramic views over the dunes and the blue water. Carnival is a major part of Dominican culture. Based on folklore characters and tales, as well as syncretic religions, it's an excellent time to glimpse the country's diversity. Every Sunday during the month of February, you can experience a carnival parade in major towns and cities around the country. The most popular and widely attended parades take place in La Vega, Santiago and Puerto Plata. Carnival season closes with a final national parade on the first Sunday in March, on Santo Domingo's Seafront Boulevard. Another pool is located at the Kids Explorers Club, which offers activities for kids aged 3 to 12, and on-site fun such as a pirate ship, castle, theater, snack area, and water slide. Scheduled activities include arts and crafts, treasure hunts, an indoor game room, big screen movies on the beach, hiking, sandcastle contests, and more. For kids under age 3, babysitting can be scheduled through the concierge. There is also a core zone teen center for older kids between the ages of 13 and 17. To find out what scheduled activities are available, check out the activities program. Located in the sports area, the core zone features nightly entertainment, daily activities and an array of sports and games. There are also weekly bonfires and dances. Other family-friendly activities available at the resort include 1. Ping pong, darts, a giant chessboard, bocce ball, and board games. 2. Basketball, beach and pool volleyball, and beach football. 3. Tennis, including clinics, and golf. 4. Yoga and aerobics classes. 5. Cooking and Spanish lessons. 6. Horseback riding. 7. Ocean trampoline and an inflatable climbing iceberg. Every year from mid-January through March, thousands of humpback whales make their way to the warm waters of the Bay of Samana to mate and birth. Hop on a 2-hour whale watching tour with marine biologist Kim Bedall's Whale Samana. If you're lucky, you'll spot calves as well, after which you'll head over to Cayo Levantado for lunch and an afternoon on the beach. Shopping is a serious activity in the DR's capital. You'll be spoilt for choice. Modern shopping malls such as Agora Mall, Downtown Mall, and Sambal are just a few of the options and are home to apparel stores such as Zara, Mango, or Anthony's, a local brand, as well as electronic stores, among others. For an outdoor market packed with locally grown produce and arts and crafts, as well as Larimar and Amber jewelry shops, visit the Mercado Modelo near the Colonial Zone. Art lovers should head to the Colonial City for unique items to take home, from paintings to home decor. A dish revered by Dominicans, habichuela con dulce is a sweet bean dessert served primarily during Easter week. It's said to have been brought to the Dominican Republic from Southeast Asia, but its origins remain unclear. This unique dessert includes coconut milk, condensed milk, boiled red kidney beans, cinnamon, sugar, vanilla, cloves, salt, and raisins. The entire mix is made in a large pot, then served cool and garnished with cookies. It is customary for neighbors and families to share their versions of homemade habichuelas con dulce all weekend. You must try it if you're visiting the DR during Easter week or at your resort if you're lucky. You'll find it in many other typical Dominican desserts, from cakes to glazed fruits, at Dulceria Maria La Turca in Santo Domingo or any pastry shop in the country. Do as the locals and take your drinks and snacks to the city's numerous parks. Recently renovated, they offer plenty of shaded benches and spots to relax in the shade or at sunset. A popular park is Parque Colon, ideal for families with its pigeons and wide open space. Parque Duarte is a favorite of the LGBTQ community in the Colonial Zone. Tucked in the heart of the country, Pico Duarte, part of the Jose Armando Bermudez National Park, is the tallest peak in the Caribbean, standing at 10,105 feet. The 2 to 3 day expedition will have you camping under the stars as you make your way to the summit at sunrise. Opt for Jarabacoa as your jump-off point and relax in this cool mountain town before and after your adventure. Millions of visitors flock to Punta Cana every year for some of the Dominican Republic's longest white sand beaches, but there are other spectacular and less crowded coastlines to explore. Venture northeast to remote Las Terrenas and Las Galeras on the Samaná Peninsula for long palm-lined golden and white sands. If you're into water sports, head to Puerto Plata's surf-rich coastline and beach hop your way from Playa Dorada to Cabaret and Montecristi. Wherever you end up, you're sure to find beachfront restaurants with fresh catch, in season, plenty of rum, and music. It can get sweltering hot in the city if you visit from April through October. Luckily, numerous hotels offer day passes for pool and restaurant use. Among them are the Sheraton Santo Domingo and the Renaissance Santo Domingo Jaragua Hotel and Casino on the Malecon. You can also get day passes at the Dominican Fiesta Hotel and the Napolitano Hotel. Located 12 miles south of Bahia Hybe, southeast of the DR, Saona Island is the Dominican Republic's largest and most breathtaking offshore island. Part of the Catubanama National Park, Saona's endless beaches filled with coconut trees are as dreamy as it gets. It also boasts a giant natural pool and sandbank where starfish thrive. Saona is one of the most popular daytime excursions from Punta Cana, but it's even more accessible if you stay in Bahia Hybe village. Book your trip ahead of time and pick a responsible tour operator. Choose one that will take you to see the only inhabited portion of Saona at Mano Juan, home to a turtle conservation center. Considered the traditional dish of the Dominican Republic and consumed mostly at lunchtime, La Bandera Dominicana or the Dominican flag consists of a plate of rice and beans, with stewed chicken or beef and a side potato or pasta salad, as well as the occasional slice of fried sweet plantain. In local restaurants, this ubiquitous dish is also called plato del Gia. The beans can vary, From red beans to pigeon peas or gandules, and beef, fish, or pork can also be the meat, depending on the day and restaurant. There's no bad spot to have a plate of rice and beans in the DR, and it's the one dish you'll have no trouble finding. In Santo Domingo, head to VR Hermanos or Café Mimosa for lunch. If you're a fan of crocodiles and iguanas, you'll find them at Lago Enriquillo in the southwest of the Dominican Republic. Take a boat ride onto the lake to spot American crocodiles lurking beneath the waters of this giant part salt, part freshwater lake. Lago Enriquillo is also the largest lake in the Caribbean, lying at the lowest altitude in the country below sea level. Within the park's dry forest grounds, endangered green iguanas thrive and will welcome you from the moment you enter the parking lot. You might even spot a few crossing the road. If Puerto Ricans have mofongo, then Dominicans have mango. This quintessential, African-influenced dish consists of a mound of mashed green plantains, topped with sautéed red onions and a vinegar sauce. The plantains are first peeled and boiled, then ground into a delicious soft mash. This dish is popular for breakfast, along with a side of fried eggs, fried salami, and fried cheese, known as Los Tres Golpes or the Three Hits. Mango is also consumed at dinner in many households. While in the Dominican Republic, you'll find mango served as part of the breakfast buffet at resorts and hotels countrywide, in addition to local restaurants. For restaurants, try the mango at Hermanos Villar or Buen Provecho in Santo Domingo. The resort has a very long meandering pool, called the Lazy River Pool, though it's not a true lazy river with a current that carries swimmers along on floats. The long, river-style pool at Dreams Punta Cana is one of the largest in the Dominican Republic and features waterfalls, bridges, and swim-up bars. Golf breaks. Designed by Jose Pepe Gonçado, the course at Cocotal Golf and Country Club at the Meliá Caribe Tropical Resort includes 27 holes with oceanfront views and a sprawling green landscape. Golf experts and beginners alike can enjoy this course, as located right next door is an elite training center, Meliá Golf Academy. There's also golfing at the Sanctuary Cap Cana Resort as well. Of course, the lovely beach and the pools are huge draws at the resort. But there are plenty of other things to do for both kids and adults. There are nightly shows geared to families in the resort's theater, as well as live music performed in the courtyard outside of the restaurants and the gourmet village. Musicians also perform indoors each evening in the Vino Vino Lounge. On some evenings, the resort presents kid-friendly movies screened outdoors. At the Sports Hub, guests can test their skills at archery, tennis, ping pong, and other games. There are also group soccer and other games scheduled. At the resort's dance studio, classes in salsa, merengue and other styles are offered. Each morning, there is a yoga class available. Lively aqua aerobics classes, set to pulsing music, are also offered daily. There are some activities that require additional charges. The most popular is the Slimulator, which douses brave guests with Nick's trademark slime. Unlike the viscous goo sprayed on television, the slime is more forgiving green liquid here. Located at the water park, the Slimulator draws a huge crowd as cast members officiate the proceedings and lead a big countdown before unleashing the slime. Extra fees are charged at the Vasa Spa as well. In addition to massages, a beauty salon, and other services offered to adults, the spa welcomes kids with packages such as Princess for a Day. There is also a dedicated bridal suite at the spa, and programs are available to pamper brides and bridesmaids. Vacationing with children can be a dicey proposition. Sure, you could head to Disney World or another theme park. And yes, you could cram a bunch of kid-pleasing attractions into a road trip. But what if you'd rather forego the hustle and bustle for your next family vacation? What if you crave a tropical getaway to a place filled with swaying palm trees, warm ocean breezes, and comfortable cabanas? If that describes you, and you're already anticipating the sighs and eye rolls you'd get from your brood if you suggested such a vacation. We've got 4 words for you. Nickelodeon Resort Punta Cana. At this resort, swanky hospitality meets SpongeBob SquarePants. It's where parents and kids can have their slime and eat it too. Seriously. You can slather some green slime sauce onto your freshly grilled burger or imbibe in a refreshing, if gooey, slime drink. Kids could dine with Dora the Explorer, marvel at a magic show, and laze on the lazy river at the Aqua Nick Water Park. And let's face it, the Nickelodeon cable channel and brand has been around for a while. Many parents would get a kick out of hanging with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well. But the Dominican Republic resort is much more than an ode to tunes and nostalgic, slime-filled game shows. Parents would get to enjoy a true luxury vacation alongside their children, including suites with direct pool access, stunning beaches and a spa with indoor and outdoor treatment areas. The Nickelodeon Resort is part of the Charisma Hotels and Resorts chain. The resort is all-inclusive and features as much gourmet food as you'd like, fitting in with the company's gourmet-inclusive tagline. 4 table service restaurants feature menus with tasty and surprisingly sophisticated dishes. 3 eateries offer all-you-can-eat buffets that rise well above the ordinary with plenty of cook-to-order offerings. Even the 4 snack bars, dubbed gourmet corners here, include delicious fare such as ceviche and freshly prepared, brick oven flatbreads. Gourmet inclusive extends beyond the food and beverages. There are concierges dedicated to and stationed outside of each of the resort's buildings. They assist guests with dining reservations and other activity planning. Poolside and beach cabanas with to-die-for Balinese beds are available at no additional charge. There are comfy robes, slippers, and large umbrellas in each room's closet. A full range of activities, 24-hour room service, and live music and other entertainment are all part of the deal. Tucked in the center of the Dominican Republic, Parque Armando Bermudez is the most accessible departure point to a 2-day overnight expedition to Pico Duarte, the highest summit in the Caribbean at 10,105 feet. The park also offers numerous daytime trails for those who wish to immerse themselves in nature, swimming in the Yaque del Norte River, which flows directly from the peak. It's a great spot to spend a day out in the mountains while visiting the mountain resort town of Jarabacoa. A popular boat excursion from the shores of Samana to this intriguing national park is just one of the ways you can explore Los Haitises' thick forests. There are several caves you can hike while taking in the splendid scenery of giant bluffs jutting out of the Atlantic. You can also hike deeper inside the park from its northern entrance near Sabana de la Mar, head to Cano Hondo, where guides from Paraíso Cano Hondo Lodge can take you to hike the park on foot, rather than go on a boat ride. You'll get closer to its numerous species of trees, from cacao to coffee, spot birds, and take in an even bigger tropical rainforest. A Christmas specialty, pasteles en hoja are like a Dominican version of tamales. Made with plantain dough stuffed with meats or vegetables, they're then wrapped with a green plantain leaf. You will find these sold at select pastry shops or by asking locals where to get them, especially during December. In Santo Domingo, various cafes and pastry shops offer it, including Hermanos Villar and Maria La Turca. One of the most extended hiking expeditions is the one that leads to the summit of Pico Duarte, the highest mountain in the entire Caribbean, standing at 10,105 feet above sea level. Most visitors depart from their hotel base in Jarabacoa, and opt for the 2-night expedition up through Armando Bermudez National Park to this summit, with overnight camping after dusk and dinner by a warm fire. Guides and mules accompany you for the journey and are included in the rate. The hike continues after a few hours, such that you reach the top, and the commanding statue of Juan Pablo Duarte, the father of Dominican independence, by sunrise. One of the longest beaches in the DR, Bavaro Beach, is also the most well-known and the best fine white sand stretch in the Punta Cana region. While it's lined with numerous all-inclusive resorts and restaurants, Playa Bavaro is ideal for a long walk, and its shallow, turquoise waters are ideal for swimming. Walk its length to Cortecito and Los Corrales, where you'll find plenty of lounges and bars, as well as arts and crafts vendor areas. Water sports are also popular here, from parasailing to sea kayaking and banana boat rides. Reached by boat from Las Galeras, Playa Fronton is a standout for its unique topography. Towering black cliffs hug its thin, white sand shoreline, and its water is so clear and an iridescent emerald color that you can see to the bottom, where corals and urchins lie, a few feet away from shore. Bring your water shoes and wade along the shoreline. It's rockier, but Playa Fronton has this deserted island look that you'll find hard to stop photographing. Walk the whole beach and you'll find caves where the Taino once took refuge. Located on the north coast of Hispaniola near the Dominican town of Rio San Juan, Playa Grande is one of the last courses designed by the legendary Robert Trent Jones Sr. and renovated by his son, Rhys Jones, in 2015. The Par 72 course sits atop towering cliffs overlooking the beach and sea, providing extraordinary views, and earning it the title, the Pebble Beach of the Caribbean. With sky-reaching palm trees lining the shore's edges and diamond white sand, Playa Juanillo is a stunner. Located on the southern tip of the Punta Cana area, in Cap Cana, it's near some of the more exclusive resorts. A couple of restaurants here offer places to park yourself with a fabulous cocktail if you prefer to stay out of the sun and enjoy the scenery. You might even find someone who'll cut a fresh coconut for you on the beach. It's a great spot to escape the crowds of Bavaro Beach for the day. Golden Playa Macau is a surfer's hub with its constant waves and trade winds, making it an all-year spot for practicing the sport. A short drive north of the resorts in Bavaro and Punta Cana, it's a popular day trip offered from the resorts for some local beach flavor. You can dine on-site at one of the local seafood shacks, offering grilled lobsters and cold beers. Sign up for a surfing class through one of the schools on-site, or rent equipment to bodyboard for fun. The Samana Peninsula's greatest asset, Playa Rincon, stretches 3 uninterrupted miles along the northeastern corner of the DR. This gorgeous wild beach is ideal for snorkeling and grabbing a local lobster lunch and drinks from a couple of restaurants lining the main beach. If you're up for more adventure, get a motorbike ride to the eastern edge of the beach where the river meets the sea. You'll find a refreshing river pool where local families hang out, as well as women with outdoor grills for more local food. Reached by boat from Las Galeras, it's still wholly undeveloped. Go and visit before resorts arrive. Among the most well-rounded destinations in the Dominican Republic, Puerto Plata's province offers a little bit of everything: beaches, culture, outdoors, and water sports. Beach lovers will find numerous options along its northern coastline, from Playa Dorada, lined with resorts, to Playa Alicia and Sosua, and Cabaret's kite surfing and surfing hubs, Kite Beach and Playa Encuentro. Inland, brave the 27 Damajagua waterfalls, hike trails in El Chaco National Park, and go canyoning in the countryside. Cultural experiences are easily found, too, from cacao plantation tours, where you can make chocolate, to dining out in historic downtown Puerto Plata. Golf Planet Holidays. Punta Cana has 2 elite golf courses, totaling 45 holes of championship golf. La Cana, another Pete Dye designed course, has 7,152 yards with 4 seaside holes. La Cana Golf Course is noted for Dye's signature pot bunkers, including the 21 that dot hole 7. Corrales, designed by Tom Fazio, is the newer of the 2 courses. Opened in 2010, this course features 6 Caribbean oceanside holes and rates among the world's finest golf experiences. This Par 72 Jack Nicklaus signature course at the Cap Cana Resort has 15 of its 18 holes overlooking the sea, and the landscape includes bluffs, beach, and jungle. It also has the recognition of Golf Week as the best golf course in the Caribbean and Mexico, an award it has won, and well deserved, many years in a row. Of his own course at the Punta Espada Golf Club, Nicholas said, "Nowhere in the world will golf experience be like this." Based on the reviews, pros and golf enthusiasts alike all seem to agree. One of the most unique activities in the Dominican Republic is Puerto Plata's cable car ride or teleferico, the only one operating in the Caribbean. It takes you soaring over 2,600 feet above Puerto Plata's gorgeous Atlantic Ocean and hilly green landscape, from the city towards Mount Isabel. Once you reach the top, you'll get off the cable car and see a giant Christ of the Redeemer statue, similar to the one in Rio de Janeiro. After a few selfies, continue hiking towards the back of the statue, where you'll find beautiful botanical gardens. Stroll at your leisure, and cool off afterwards at the on-site cafe. Roco Ki Resort and Golf. The Par 72 Faldo Legacy Course at the Roco Ki Resort, designed by golf legend Nick Faldo, opened in 2008 to raves from golf experts, who marveled at a layout that winds through dunes, marshes, and forest before opening to the sea at 17. The last two holes have been compared to those at Pebble Beach and St. Andrews. The resort offers spacious guest rooms that are larger than what you normally find at a resort. The smallest room, for 2 adults and 1 child, is nearly 300 square feet and sizes quickly ramp up to over 580 square feet for a family suite with 2 connecting deluxe tropical view rooms, one with a king-size bed and the other with 2 double beds. At Dreams Punta Cana, guests can choose from 6 a la carte restaurants, a buffet, and a cafe. Guests can also opt for room service, which is available at any hour day or night. Gluten-free dining options are also available. A plate of rice and beans with stewed chicken is considered the national dish or la Bandera Dominicana, and it's the easiest to find. Dominican cuisine goes well beyond that, however, and you'll be surprised at all there is to discover. Head to a Dominican cafeteria, such as Villar Hermanos, and you'll have a fun time discovering everything about the Dominican palate. Look for signature plates such as mangú, a signature Dominican green plantain mash, topped with red onions and a vinegar sauce. It's often served with fried salami and fried cheese for breakfast. Sample a bowl of sancocho, meat and root vegetable stew served with a side of white rice and avocado slices. Don't miss the desserts, sample majarit, a sweet corn pudding, or slices of caramel glazed tropical fruits. If you're out partying at night, you can't miss the food trucks selling frituras or fried snacks, from burgers to fried pork rinds or chicharrón. The Dominican Republic is a top producer of rum and one of the largest exporters of premium cigars to the United States. Take a tour of La Aurora Cigar Factory in Santiago, where you'll learn about the entire cigar making process. There are also cigar and rum bars around the country. Another authentic Dominican dish you should try is sancocho, rich, hearty meat and root vegetable stew made of beef, pork, chicken, yucca, yam, potatoes, among other ingredients. It's often prepared as a family for special occasions, including on New Year's Eve. A bowl of sancocho is served with a small side plate of rice and avocado slices. Petrus has it daily in the Colonial city. You'll find it occasionally served at Dominican restaurants around the country, particularly in the December and January period when the weather is cooler, and families gather for the holidays. The Dominican Republic's capital offers modern and historical sides, along with plenty of shopping, dining, arts, music, and nightlife. Santo Domingo's Colonial City, also known as the Zona Colonial, is a World Heritage Site since 1990 as the oldest city in the Americas, built when the Spanish settled here in 1496 and brought enslaved Africans. Visit historic sites turned museums, including the first hospital, the first university, and the first cathedral built in the New World. Walk the neighborhood's charming streets, enjoy its parks, sidewalk cafes, and live music. Nearby, the Malecon's breezy seaside boulevard is lined with restaurants and casinos. In the city center, you'll find shopping malls, upscale restaurants, and botanical gardens. With coffee plantations around the country's mountainous regions, it's not hard to understand why coffee plays such an important part in Dominican culture. Enjoy a cafecito during the day, preferably while sitting outdoors and catching up with friends. If you're not a coffee drinker, get a hot chocolate or a batida, a fresh fruit milkshake or smoothie. Sip, mingle, and enjoy the fresh air. The Dominican Republic offers plenty of opportunities to shop items that are sourced and created locally. If you're into precious stones, opt for Larimar or amber jewelry pieces. Coffee, chocolate, and rum lovers will also find their bliss with homegrown varieties. Arts and crafts range from wood-carved decorations to oil paintings and the Dominican faceless dolls.